Alrighty, we've started. Hello, everybody. Good morning.
Morning.
Ah.
Happy Sunday.
Yay.
Morning.
Um, we have gathered everybody here to play Hopes and Dreams by. I don't know how to pronounce his full name. I just know him by RP or Renee.
Renee Pierre.
Renee Pierre with Hopes and Dreams. Or his last. I bet his last name that he's got. Um, who created Hopes and Dreams? There is the alpha version up on his itch. Nightbot should be kicking in soon to tell us where to find all that. Or I have a wonderful mod in chat, Fidelity, who could do all that for me because she loves me.
Hi. Hi,
Is
Fidelity.
it love or is it Stockholm syndrome at this point?
I'm not
Oh,
sure.
wow.
I haven't decided yet. But we'll go ahead and get started with intros. Fluffy, since you're next to me.
Hi, everybody. It's me. I don't know if I'm going to die this time. I didn't die last time. I'm happy about that. But I am the Fluffy. You can find me at the Red-Eyed God or any of the other lovely games they like to put me in these things. I enjoy coming to them and have a lot of fun doing them. What else you want?
That's it. That's great.
All right. That's it. That's me. I'm here.
Mimi?
I'm Mimi Rue. Just Mimi for short. I'm a cosplayer, but I'm a gamer as well, but I usually do like console games, but I am starting to dip my toes and fingers into TTRPGs, which have been a lot of fun so far. So this will be my third like quote unquote official game that I've played. And I'm looking forward to getting to know everybody a bit more and playing a bit more with everybody.
I think we're past the dipping toes and finger. We're just all in at this point. Just all in. All right. I guess I'm looking at like who's all next to me, and it would be Craig.
I'm sorry, is that me next?
Yes.
Okay. Hi, everybody. My name is Craig. I go by Tezrak on Twitter. I've been playing tabletop RPGs for a long time. Let's just put it that way. Various versions, editions of D&D, World of Darkness, Powered by the Apocalypse, Fate, etc., and have recently fallen in with this motley band of ne'er-do-wells and rapscallions, and loving every minute of it, and I'm happy to be here.
And then last but not least, Grim.
Hi, I am Grim. You can find me at @PBSGrim _Grim on Twitter. I am one of the main designers for Traumabond Studio, as well as a licensed therapeutic GM and GM for hire. I'm happy to be here. I love Fari's work, and this is always good stuff to play.
With this motley crew that we're in.
It's
boss.
even going to get more motley.
It's about to get more motley. Alrighty, so I am Squidzy, Corrosive Squid. I'm sure many of y'all have seen me all over Twitter. I also run the Lost Guide Games Twitter, which gets confusing for me sometimes, but that's okay. We get through it. I'm a variety streamer. I usually stream horror games on Thursday and Friday, and sometimes Saturday with friends, and then TTRPG brunch, and then just kind of where I can. I am also a certified therapeutic game master. I have not been on the tabletop scene very long, but I'm also one of the main designers in Lost Guide Games, and you can find me on Twitter at those two places or here on Twitch, just fucking around. So, all right. So let's get into hopes and dreams then. We'll go ahead and read. We're starting from absolute zero. I've already asked off camera if there's any hard limits or anything like that for people for safety. And one of the safety measures that I like to use that I want to introduce to you guys is called script change or script rewrite. And it's where it's like a movie player. It's like a movie player. So you can pause, you can rewind. So if you just need a pause for a breather because the scene's getting a little intense, we can take a pause for a second, just take a big breath together. Or if it's one of those moments that, you know, the script, you really want to rewrite the script, because let's say you just really need to save the kid because mentally you can't handle the kid not being saved. That's absolutely fine. That's part of the script change. We rewind and rewrite because it's our narrative, not the dice. So, with that being said, let me go ahead and read chapter 0 of Hopes and Dreams for y'all. You are dreamers, a group of rebellious revolutionaries. You run through Ansbach's interconnected streets or hide among the debris of its manufacturing plants. Your heart beats to the sound of the city. Your heart burns to make it a better place for you and for everyone. Oh, there's little things for each one. The cloudy peaks, a city shrouded in everlasting fog, intense pollution from the factories swirls into the haze that descended from the cloudy peaks. Factories extract the minerals from the mountains to sell their riches to the world. It is within the smoke, dust, and soot that you will spark the fire of the revolution by sabotage, theft, or riot until you are heard. The revolution has already started, whether they believe it or not. Those who came before tried but failed, saying the cause is doomed and that things will never change. You believe everyone deserves the same opportunities, no matter where they come from or who they are. You've picked up those broken dreams, dusted them off to fulfill them as your own. Things will be different now. They must be. Through fear, control, and power, the ministry governs. Restrictions, curfews, checkpoints, and arrests are some of the many tools that they use to maintain their iron grasp. But nothing is as efficient at enforcing those rules as their army of automated machines designed by the fabricators of the Citadel. They never tire and make sure that the way things are is the way things are always going to be. They are unstoppable, or so they say. Revolutions come at a price, and you are willing to sacrifice everything you've got for your future, for your hopes, and for your dreams. So, if you couldn't already tell, you're already going to start as a group. But with that, let's get into the character creation.
Spooky.
So I know I've asked kind of what everybody's thinking about playing, but so the first thing you do is you choose a kit. The clever gearhead, the sneaky fox, the commanding bruiser, the sharp good eye, the resourceful suit. And so, looking at the kits, what is everybody looking at?
If nobody has any objections, I would like to play the Gearhead.
No, you're all good for it. Go for it. On my end.
Anybody else?
Ba-da-ba-da. I don't know. I'm looking.
I'm probably thinking, as long as no one has an issue with it, going the suit route.
It's good to me.
I'm really excited to see you play a suit, honestly. The art in here is beautiful, by the way. The Hopes and Dreams art, it's gorgeous. The suit reminds me of the 10th Doctor.
Very much so, and I would be surprised if that wasn't intentional in some way.
I'm
Or
sorry,
at least
Mimi.
modeled off of.
Mimi, what were you gonna say?
I'm not sure yet. I'm kind of going back between like muscle or sneak.
So fox or muscle? So
Fox
Fox or
Muscle.
Bruiser.
Then I'll take Good Eye.
With your one good red eye.
My one good red eye. At least it's not pink eye.
Mimi, if you're still choosing between, I personally like the fox.
Okay, yeah, no, that's fine.
Oh, just an opinion. Please
No,
play
no, it's
whatever
okay.
you'd like to play.
It is fun to be the guy that hits hard.
It is. As a fighter main, that is true.
I like testing myself out in different little things, so I like to wait and see what everyone else picks because I'm pretty good with playing pretty much any of them.
Actually, I'll go ahead and do Fox. Yeah. It actually works well for kind of the character that I'm kind of building in my head already. So.
Perfect. So you've got your kit. And the names for the kit. I'm looking at the character sheet and the thing. I like that he included a roll table for names.
Yeah, I wanted to actually use that when making the character this time. I wanted to incorporate all those little things.
I love it.
I got my dice ready. Let's see, so 2d6 for your first name. Or I guess I can do, yeah. 4 and 4. Chamu. I like it. That's my first name is Chamu.
Where is that table for generating a name?
It is in the
43.
spreads.
42, 43 in the spread.
Of course, I gotta go with a nickname.
Of course, you got to go with a nickname.
Yeah. I don't know how I feel about Slug as my nickname.
I'm about it. Are you kidding me? So we have a good eye named Slug.
Mm-hmm. Chamu Woodern. Nickname Slug. The Good Eye.
That is so different from your other character names we've had.
So I figure since the overall theme and flavor of the game is grimy and grungy and industrial, that I feel like for the dreamers that there be some sort of like underground ham radio network, and that
Yes.
everybody would have call signs like truckers, like CB radio. So I go by Stack Overflow.
Oh, good
I don't
lord.
know what it means,
Oh, good
some
lord.
of the veteran tinkers and hackers and whatever, they say that it's a term from the old days, that it meant when you went over your, I don't know, something about memory space, when you were too much and you've gone too far, and somebody called me that and the name stuck.
Too many rooms in the train breaks it.
I love it.
Oh, lord.
So I know on your character sheet there's a lot more skills than what's defined here by your kit. That is because you will gain more as you go.
You also start with an additional one of your choice.
Mm-hmm. So you write down your unique skills. So for like a gearhead, that would be tinker and investigate. And then you write down, you write down your skills. You pick an area of knowledge from the list.
Notice and shoot.
And then when everybody's ready, please introduce your character.
All right, so skilled in tinker and study. And what did you say about pick an area of knowledge from which list? I'm sorry.
So there is. So after the gearhead is skilled, knowledgeable in either the automates, the citadel, or runes. So you pick one of those.
I think I'm looking at a different version of the rule. I'm looking at the ash can. It must be not the same thing as what you guys are looking at.
I'm looking at the I'm not looking at the Ashcan. I'm looking at the version that we have access to as playtesters.
Yeah, I couldn't find that.
Okay, let me see if I can get that to you. That is not even a problem. I saw your post, but I wasn't sure if you had like found it.
Pick something you'll enjoy role playing. For your starting ability, use these throughout the first impression custom ability.
Actually, let me pull up. No, I didn't even think about downloading the Ashcan version.
Yeah, I just did that in a pinch because I was searching the Discord for the playtest version and was coming up empty.
Nope, didn't mean to do that. That is not even a problem. There you go. It's in chat.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's okay. We're professionals. I promise.
I'm not.
I only claim to be.
Fair. We were making
I've
jokes last stream. I don't remember who forgot to unmute their mic. And they're like, "How long and we do this until we remember to unmute our mics?" I go, "Oh no. You never remember to unmute your mic."
All right. Now,
Or hit the push to talk button for that matter. That's my red flag.
skills and abilities. So is it so on this list of abilities? Is it do I choose one of them to start, or all of them, or which?
So for the abilities, you have all of them. But if you look at the skills and knowledge, the Gearhead is skilled in Tinker and Investigate, knowledgeable in either the Automates, the Citadel, or Runes. That's the knowledgeable in either is the one you pick.
Knowledgeable in either.
Or is that not on that version?
That's what I'm trying to find.
Okay. Because he said he just added it. So if nothing else, I'll just read them and we pick one. That's no problem.
Let me try the other one. Close, and then I open this one.
Yep. He hasn't added that. So I remember him saying that was kind of a brand new thing that he added. So I'll read them and y'all can pick one.
Yeah, because there's stuff about the character sheet that doesn't seem to. All right, so on the character sheet, like I marked Tinker and Study as what I'm skilled in. Then there are the abilities. I guess I can fill them in. And then that's about all I see.
Okay, so let me pull that all up again. Character sheet. Well then forget the knowledge part. That's fine. No worries there.
Kudoki. Now I know nothing.
So, hang on. Actually, I'll just do this. There is no form fillable option for this one.
Hello, I'm in here.
Hello?
Give me 1 second, guys.
Yeah. All right. So that character sheet I just posted, it does not have a form fillable option. It has not been created into a form fillable option yet, but it is a newer one. Because I forgot he had overhauled a few things. That's my bad.
Now it looks like it is form fillable.
Is it?
Yep. Yep.
Oh. But you see on the side it's got skills and knowledge?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, now we're all on the same page. It's fine.
Are there recommendations for look?
Whatever you want. It's grungy.
I was just wondering if it was listed in the book somewhere. If there was a.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
What kind of clothes do they wear? Do they have any scars? Are they tall? Are they small? What color are their eyes? Things like that.
Gotcha.
It's grungy. It's dirty. It's gritty.
Mhm.
It's diesel punk.
Sooty.
They always look sticky.
All right, Slug, look here. Craig, what was your
My
CB radio call?
Stack Overflow.
Stack Overflow.
What color eyes should I have?
Slug colored.
Okay, I can do that.
Actually, whenever I think of a good eye named Slug, I think of like shotgun shells.
I do too. When I think of slug. It's too late now, though.
Afraid of salt.
That's one of my biggest nightmares is salt.
That's the nightmare. It's salt.
Salt.
You can't be friends with Fatalini anymore.
Dang it.
She's CEO of the salt mines.
It's all right. I'm replaceable.
You are not. Don't let Grim bully you. Hey, Liquid, thank you so much for the resub. Don't let Grim bully you.
Don't be a bully.
Look, this showcases that we are not perfect as tabletop streamers. We are by any means perfect.
We are far from perfect.
I'm perfect.
And honestly, I don't mind.
I'm glad you're not here for perfect because that's not what we offer. That is not our services. We'll wait till Grim gets back. Make sure everybody understands. And then...
He is heading back in now.
Okay.
So it should be done in just a second. He was just helping me figure out like navigating all the documents and stuff.
Yeah, no worries. There's a lot, and then I fucked up. So
Oh no.
Ooh,
it's fine.
Telling.
It's fine. Go ahead. Tell him. Who you gonna tell? You're not my real dad.
I don't know who I'm gonna tell. Craig?
Yes.
She fucked up.
I did? Oh, okay. Well.
No, I did.
She did. She fucked up. No, you're perfect.
Okay, cool.
Your beauty beyond compare.
We were waiting on you to get in here, and I was calling you my emotional support 7. I was like, I need my emotional support 7. Where is he?
Well, I'm happy to help.
Because you're the only 7 I know, so.
Only which? I'm sorry?
So the Enneagram's the 7. Because that's what we're working on. That's the big.
Right. I forgot. Yeah. Yeah. Actually, I did that. I took that test.
Yeah, you're a 7. You told me.
Okay, I don't remember telling you, but I'm glad I did.
I thought you did.
I may have.
Hold on. You might have told the Lost Guide Games Twitter when I posted something about it before we started the project.
That may have been it. Yes.
Which by proxy means you told me.
Okay. Gotcha.
Because I run that Twitter.
Gotcha. I was wondering. I thought maybe that might be the case.
Yeah, that's me. Which confuses the hell out of me when I start like trying to interact, and I'm like, wait. Everybody.
There we go.
Did you get it?
Yes, we're good.
Okay. Everybody's characters.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think that we are. I'm good on my side.
What is the look?
So the look is what your character looks like. So it might be what kind of clothes they wear, if they have any scars. It basically gives the group an idea of what specifically um your character has that makes them stand out.
Okay.
Always look sticky.
Always looks sticky.
Ugh.
With your slug colored eyes. Fatalini says that she will keep her salt away from slug.
All right.
There's no controlling that amount of salt, though.
It's like water bending but with salt.
It's just a person
Wouldn't that be an earthbending?
That's true.
Wouldn't that be an earthbending though?
True.
Which actually means at that point, would brine bending just be another version of like mud bending?
she says shut up, Timothy.
All right, FYI on the spread, it says that you start the game with one ability from your kit.
Correct.
Oh, does it? Oops, that's my bad.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
The one ability.
Which is the checkmarked ability, I believe, at the top.
The only thing that I'm missing is the whole idea of knowledges, which I don't see in the spread at all.
I don't see knowledges in the spread at all.
Nope, there's
either.
no knowledges yet.
Okay.
No,
Gotcha.
that's where they fucked up.
Shut the fuck up.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, there is knowledges. I'm going to read them to you because they're on a different spread that I've got in front of me.
Oh, got it. That works.
See, being mean to me for no reason. I can get bullied again.
You chose to be friends with me. This is on you.
Okay, so we'll start with Gearhead because that's at the top. So you are knowledgeable in either the Automates, the Citadel, or runes.
Now the Automates are the robotic.
Clink-clack boys. Yes, they're the clink-clack
Yes.
boys.
Yeah, that's okay. So it's one of those. Yeah, then it's going to be the Automates.
Okay, so then we'll go with Fox next. So you are knowledgeable in either low society, crime, or melee weapons.
Crime.
PK do crimes.
I'm kind of going back and forth between crime and melee weapons. How about melee?
Perfect. So then the Good Eye. You are knowledgeable in either the wilds, ranged weapons, or bounty hunting.
I'm gonna go with ranged weapons.
I'm waiting for it to load.
Loading. Loading.
That's where we're at in life right now.
Loading. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-doo. Bow, 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 bow. I met him recently.
Great, thank you for that, Pez. That's now in my head.
All right, so the suit. You are knowledgeable in either the high society, the ministry, or contacts.
I'm gonna go with the ministry.
Perfect. Okay, and everybody's picked their starting abilities?
Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
So then I'm going to let y'all introduce y'all's characters. Whoever wants to start.
I'll start.
All right.
So my name is Arya Kriya, but everybody knows me by Stack Overflow. I'm a gearhead. I am knowledgeable about the Automates mostly. I'm interested in how they communicate with each other, and whenever I come across ones that have malfunctioned or been decommissioned, basically left out on the streets somewhere. Either if they were destroyed by dreamers, or if they malfunctioned in some way. I'm mostly interested in picking them apart. I want to figure out how they communicate with each other. The Ministry is the government that we're fighting against.
Yes.
Okay, so then I'm interested not only in how the automates communicate with each other, but how they are controlled by the Ministry. Basically, my overall aspiration, my dream, I guess, is to establish or reestablish some sort of wide-reaching communications network.
Awesome.
As far as look goes, if you can imagine Christian Bale from The Machinist. So I don't get much sleep. I probably could stand to eat something. Probably could stand to have a glass of water, because I'm so consumed with the work that I do.
So what you're saying is you're thirsty.
Yeah.
Also, because of the huge debacle that's just happened with Breathless, we can't forget those pronouns.
And huge pronouns for me are he, him, they, them.
Perfect.
All four. Stack Overflow.
So I am Nikolai Dremy. I go by within certain circles as Phantom. I am a sneak with the pronouns of he, him. He comes from a averagely upper middle class family, and he had the, if you ask his father, very, very bad habit of going to parts of Ansbach that he probably shouldn't have been in, and rubbed shoulders with many more different types and kinds of people than polite society deems necessary. He is very much someone who knows how the mechanisms of the Ministry works and knows how to exploit them to his advantage. Looks wise, he is the perfect upper middle class functionary. He is good looking enough. He is deferential but intelligent. Obviously intelligent but deferential to people in higher positions. He is the perfect undersecretary, assistant, whatever and whoever he needs to be. He is good looking without being ostentatious, is I think a good way of saying it.
He's really good at code switching.
Yeah, basically.
That's cool. I am Chamu Worden. I am the Kit Good Eye, nicknamed Slug. Chamu Woodburn his pronouns are he, him. Chamu has been basically his entire life has just been monitoring the syndicate's tracks, what they do, what they are moving stuff, what are they moving, who are they moving it for, and more or less that's why he's become a good eye. He watches where things are getting moved, what products, where they're going, and if he is paid the right little price, he will take it out. And hinder it, make it a little harder for it to happen. Chamu Woodburn, I'm gonna have trouble saying his last name. So Slug. Slug is. Boop, gonna post that little picture because that's what I do when I sit here.
Of course you did.
Yep. Slug has a flowing beard and pompadour combo. He has multiple pockets on his little jacket that go all the way down, along with his rifle. He is consistently cold mannered and cold in general, just being cold. So he keeps his arms close to himself. That is Slug.
Saving that image for later. All right, Mimi.
So my character is Cheat Riverside, but she just goes by Cheat. Her pronouns are she, her. She's a bit of a revolutionary. She is. She wants to kind of start a revolution, sort of just kind of overthrow those that are currently in power because the oppression is. She wants a better world for the future, basically, and she's willing to kind of just go at it, whether it's by herself or rile up people around her without people being able to know who it is that's doing it. She likes working behind the scenes that way. Um, she's a sneak, but she's good at using weapons, particularly like melee weapons, hidden blades, things that people won't, not like in your face, kind of like range weapons or guns or bombs or anything. She kind of likes to get her hands dirty a little bit. Nobody really knows what she looks like. She's completely cloaked, and she has this black mask that kind of looks like a bird face almost. But she does have dark brown eyes and dark brown hair.
Fantastic. All right, so we've got our characters. Now we're gonna write our pilot episode. The pilot episode is on 56. Is on mine's a little different. Chapter 6 of playing the game. There are no quick start pamphlets, so I do not have those to give out. We've created characters, we've read the pitch, and now we have a bunch of questions to answer as a group. Can't start a revolution. You can't overthrow a government by yourself. So, when everybody's there, let me know, and we'll read them off and let y'all answer.
I'm here.
Graham, Mimi.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Excuse me.
I'm ready as well.
All right. So, we are dreamers, and we are. You pick one from that option list.
And this is as a group, or is this
As a group.
okay?
This is y'all's pilot episode.
My vote is for not enough.
I was thinking not enough also.
Yep, not enough or few people. Those were the two I was looking at.
Not enough is fine.
Okay. We come from different backgrounds, but what bonds us together is.
Buns.
What?
We come from different backgrounds, but what bonds us together is.
Mimi, what did you say?
The cause.
The cause.
I'm fine with that.
I'm going with the cause.
Yeah, I'm cool with cause.
All right. We will do what we must for what's right. But we have a rule. We
protect our crew.
Ooh, yeah. I like protect our crew.
Yeah, I'm going with protect our crew.
And I will go with the group.
If you have another idea, share it.
Yes, please.
I kind of like there are no rules, but protect our crew is also okay.
Yeah, but she would have no rules.
I was gonna say Mimi over here is the real revolutionary. I don't know about y'all. Y'all are just fake.
Maybe that's something that we will learn over time. Is that it's a there's that secret desire of what I just don't care.
Yeah?
Yeah, because like it's almost like one of those maybe at some point it could kind of be justifies the means.
Hey Fluffy, remember when they all said you were dead? Ends justify the means.
Rude. Gonna die.
For our latest hit on the ministry, we
Burn down a tax collection building or infiltrated an automate factory sounds awesome.
I mean, I'm all good. I'm all for a good arson.
Let's let's totally V for Vendetta this in the beginning.
Send it.
What did we do? We burnt down a place.
Or down a tax collection building. Okay.
Burn it down.
With
Alright.
most of the money inside. Not all of it, just most of it.
Yeah, Fatali reminded me I almost burnt my house down twice yesterday.
Gosh,
It's a semi-often occurrence.
that would be bad. You need that.
Yeah. Our headquarters is located in.
I really like the abandoned prison of the Riverbank. Of Riverbank.
Yeah.
Because prisons are
Follow
also
up.
natural fortresses.
It's true.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. The ministry recently decided to
Introduce a curfew.
Build a wall around the poorer districts.
there is no war in Ba Sing Se.
Right.
We've always been at war with Oceania.
Ooh. That's up until it was flipped.
I think I like the build a wall around the poorer districts.
I'm good. I'm also good with the curfew, so I'm flexible. I'm good either way.
Yeah, same. Either's fine.
Taz, make a choice.
Build the wall around the poorer districts.
Okay. Fabricators discovered a rune that can
Read what someone is thinking about.
Oh shoot.
Ooh.
Calm a person's emotions is kind of terrifying.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, especially dreamers that are naturally fired up about making change and causing revolution. No, you're fine. You don't want to do that. Oh, I don't
No,
want
I
to do
like
that.
that one. I like that one.
Yep.
Okay. The syndicate recently threw more oil in the fire on the fire when they
And who's the syndicate again?
They're like the bad like not bad guys, but the criminals.
They're the cartels.
Yeah, basically.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So
Took control of the scrapyard would make sense.
yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Made miners their new drug dealers just sounds awful.
Right. At least it's not minors spelled the other way. That would have been truly awful.
Yeah. Does anybody have any objections to taking control of the scrapyard?
No, I like that one.
One works for me.
Okay. On the other hand, the population of Ansbach is starting to
Do more crimes.
be more gay, do more crimes.
Hey, be gay, do
Right.
crimes.
I actually like to set up workers' unions.
Yeah, I like set up workers' unions or even question ministry's restrictions.
That's another good one.
Unions?
Sure.
Unions.
All right. So we have our pilot episode. That is where things are starting out as we start play, and an idea of where things can go forward from there. So next, we're going to define the groups, dreams, and nightmares. All right, scroll back up to that. Give me 1 second. So the group's dreams are a short-term goal that the GM and players define at the start of the game, and update over the course of the story. This is what drives you forward and keeps you focused on the bigger picture.
Some examples of dreams might include things like turn the population against the ministry.
Yes, and y'all can be specific. It can be like a very specific short-term goal.
Well, along the lines of our pilot episode, if we said that the population of Ansbach is starting to set up worker unions across the city, maybe underground dreamers are starting to dreamer cells are starting to talk to one another.
And our dream is to bring everything together.
Well, if our
dream is to turn it from cells into a network.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
A union of revolutionaries.
Right.
Yeah.
Gotta unionize.
Said you'll
big
get
union.
union benefits too, weekends off.
Look, I want my triple time on overtime. That's all I'm saying.
I'm just picturing the conversation between Martin Blank and and Dan Aykroyd's character from Grosse Point Blank talking about unionizing hitmen.
Good scene. Grosse Point Blank was a good movie. No, I think one of the other big things is make sure the unions flourish. Well, not even flourish. Make sure the unions survive.
I could see that as a nicer short term. Short term is helping the unions
them get off-
continue.
right.
Yeah, get off the ground and stop whatever might be coming to stop them.
Right.
Yeah. Protect the union.
Mimi, do you have any input?
I'm actually pretty good with I don't know, I'm still thinking.
That's okay. No worries.
Yeah, and with the unions, like basically back up there in our top part, our little pilot episode of the unions things, and we went with the item that allows people to control or calm emotions and stuff. That would be a big thing that would hurt those. I don't need to join the union. I'm good.
Right. There is no war in Ba Sing Se.
There is no war
Yeah.
in Ba Sing Se.
Exactly.
Or maybe we are trying to find a way to counteract that rune.
Mm-hmm.
That would also be a good short term.
That's a good short-term dream.
Yep.
Remember, this dream is going to change. It's going to grow and it's going to evolve over time.
How do we stop the rune? Gearhead, what problem? What way can you stop this rune?
I can. I don't know. I can give everybody goggles that they don't see it. Maybe.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
man.
I have to think about it. I have to sketch. I
Goggles
have to
would be
sketch schematics.
nice.
I have to sketch schematics.
I'd like some goggles. I mean, I could go for some goggles.
Okay, so I've heard protect the unions. I've heard unionize the revolutionaries. I've heard somewhat find a way to stop the rune.
I think starting off we should deal with the rune because that will help with the other ones.
That's also a much more involved in research and in research intensive goal.
Mm-hmm.
And the things are still going while we'd be trying to do that. So I think that's might be a more, we focus on it, but we can't put all of our energy towards it because the city's still spinning on around us.
Yep.
And I don't know if any of us have actual knowledge of runes and that kind of stuff. So that might also be finding someone who can break the rune or circumvent the rune. Might be a better way of doing it.
So we have a decision to make. Do
Yep.
we go with start the union, or do we start the protect the union with what we can, or do we find a way to stop the thing that is going to be a big threat to the union?
I kind of like the threat.
Focus on
So
making sure that
basically, focus on what's getting in the way of the
ministry.
Yep.
Yeah, the ministry trying to put the kibosh on unions.
Right.
Yep.
Which would be the rune from the sounds of it for you guys.
Yeah. It could be the runes. It could also just be them sending a bunch of automates down to where they're meeting for the union stuff and just good old fashioned picket breaking. And they have an endless supply of automates for that, so
So the thing about protecting the unions is that can branch off into different things. Protecting the
Yep.
unions can mean going and figuring out how we can counteract this route. It could
Yep.
mean being frontline for the pickets in case the automates come in.
So our first goal is figuring out what the what the biggest threat is, and then going from that
Yeah.
part. Yep. So that could literally just be the goal. Our first little dream.
Yeah. Figuring out what the ministry's plans to handle the unions are.
Yep.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yep. Figuring out what the plan is. And that will involve sneaky.
Yeah, it's going to involve a lot of sneak. It's going to involve a lot of charm. It's going to involve a lot of unseen eyes in different places, from the sounds of it.
I like that idea, though.
I mean, y'all can go kick in the ministry's doors for all I care, but I'm going to advise that y'all don't.
I don't
We're
think that's a
kicking
good
in
idea.
the doors.
No, we're not.
Kicking in the doors.
No, we're not. I will hobble you. No.
My tiny hands. My tiny arms. Don't pull my hair.
I was gonna use your beard to tie you up with it, so.
Yeah, at least I'll be warm.
Mimi, do you have any input?
No, not at the moment.
So here's the thing about dreams is once y'all figure it out, y'all then have to choose one person who's the heart of that group. Not exactly the leader, but they're responsible for keeping the group stream alive and reminding the other characters to stay focused on what's most important.
Don't vote me. Just gonna put that out there.
She might not be a bad contender for that, considering what she wants to do is get groups of people together to start uprisings and overthrow the current ones in power. So she might not be a bad contender, but I would want to hear everybody else's thoughts.
Well, I think we need
No,
to
that
settle
sounds
on a
good.
dream first, too.
Yeah.
I'm
So
liking
I
the
thought
one where we find the information out. Yeah.
yeah, I think our first stream is actually actually discovering the ministry's plans.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Now discuss who is going to be at the heart of this group.
I'm on board with it being cheat.
And
I'm cool with it. You have to keep this ragtag group together.
And so with that comes dream roles. And so the person at the heart of it, this is any player. When a player succeeds a check that relates to the group's dream, they can mark boxes on the dream track, matching the impact of the role, making the dream one step closer to being a reality.
That's a little box thing.
Yes.
All right. So, can you spell your character's name for me, please?
Who?
Mimi's character. Since everybody said, from what I heard at least, everybody said that they were good with.
Oh, it's cheat, like cheating. Cheat.
Thank you. I thought I heard that, but I wanted to make absolutely sure. All right, so Mimi, if you want to write the dream on your sheet to discover the ministry's plan to handle the unions.
Yeah. Is there a specific place that it should be written into?
Let me look.
I don't see one,
I don't see one.
but there is notes.
Oh, there you go. Thank you.
Yeah, the notes on page 2.
And that would be to discover the ultimate goal and plan of the ministry.
To handle the unions, from what I heard.
Yep.
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 All right. And now we have to come up with the group's nightmare. Direct opposition of the group's dream is the group's nightmare. A nightmare is something the player characters dread and hope will never happen. It is something that would make their whole effort take a step back or cause problems for them in the future.
We're too late.
Okay, so flesh that out for me.
By the time we figure out what it's going to happen, it's already in motion to the point where we can't stop it.
It sounds like that would be the end result of, yeah. So that is the ultimate end result. The ultimate result is that we can't stop the ministry's
Right.
efforts to union break.
Right.
Anybody else?
No, I think I'm okay with that one. I think that's the main biggie.
All right.
'Cause if we were all just too late and wasted our time.
So
We
with
should
that,
have went for the other thing.
so with that also comes a nightmare track. The nightmare track is the same as the dreams. So if the dream track is filled, what happens is we shift the story. We define a new dream, a new nightmare, and the world has changed a little bit for the better. And what is y'all's next step? If the nightmare track is filled, the world changes for the worst. things take a whole step back, and you must define a new dream and a new nightmare based on the current state of the situation. And with the abilities, you each gain a new ability every time the group's dream is achieved. So if you want new abilities, the dream has to be achieved.
Okay.
Alrighty.
If we want to do new things,
We have to succeed.
got it.
All right. So, for some reason, my brain is a whole hour ahead. All right. So, we can go ahead and get started. We've created our characters, we've made our pilot episode, we have defined dreams, and yeah, we have to find dreams and nightmares. So, just as kind of a recap for everybody for the pilot episode so we can get started. Y'all are dreamers, and y'all are not enough. Y'all come from different backgrounds, but what bands y'all together is the cause. Y'all have one rule, and that rule is to protect your crew. Your last hit on the ministry was that y'all had burned down a tax building. Your headquarters is located in an abandoned prison off the riverbanks. The latest ministry decision was to build a wall around the poorer cities. The fabricators discovered a new rune that can calm a person's emotions down. The syndicate has just recently gained scrapyard control. And the population of the people is starting to unionize across Ansbach. So, naturally, we start in the riverbanks.
In this abandoned prison that we have made into our base.
In this abandoned prison y'all have made into y'all's base. The dream y'all have decided was to try and figure out how to stop, or what the ministry's plans were for dealing with the unions. So here we are at the riverbank, and y'all's headquarters at this abandoned prison, a natural fortress, not only because of its concrete walls, but because the river also provides a natural barrier to those who might harm you.
So the ability that I took to start out with was we could try my new prototype. So my new prototype is a radio listening device in order to try and basically bug the ministry's offices in order to hear their plans.
What's the range on it?
Good question. I would imagine that I've tested it out, and maybe I don't. I've tested it out up close, like within the ministry headquarters, within the range of ministry headquarters, close range. And as I had the opportunity, and as I had the cover of stealth, that I tested out farther and farther away just to see, just in order to determine what the actual range of it was.
So just because I am a little out of it still. And this is actually in character for
Yes.
Nikolai. He's just sitting down at whatever table that they're sitting. He has his head just propped up in one of his hands. He's just looking down a little bit. Because I'm an idiot and all of this. Is it a transceiver or is it an emitter?
It's a receiver, or a
Okay.
receiver.
Okay. So with the amount, how are you able to? Because the amount of radio waves and transmissions that come out of the kind of ministry office that they'd be making those plans to and from on, how can we be sure we're grabbing the right information, or does it just grab everything?
I think that I have isolated a official state business frequency.
Okay. If we're using the official state business frequency, we're going to need to go off of what you see him just shift and kind of bridge his, just hold the bridge of his nose for a second. That means we're going to have to go off of one of the side ministry HQ buildings, because the main one isn't, they're not going to have that kind of information in an obvious place like that. It'll be one of 2 or 3 places for
And it will be
they'd have
much
that kind
too
of
heavily
information.
guarded and
Correct.
way more visibility at the main headquarters building.
Correct. How much do we know about the districts of the city? I mean, not how much do we know as do we as players have about the districts of the city? Because
So,
I'm seeing a lot of the placeholders right now.
yes. So let me scroll back to that. So you know the riverbanks fairly well. You know the
Right.
sailor. Many of the sailors have familiar faces to you as they come in and out of the river docks. Some of them you can pretty much point them out by ship at this point.
Got it. Okay.
There are, and because you know the riverbanks so well, you do know a few points of interest. You know about the Last Call, which is a bar at the riverbanks that is located inside the hull of a ship that never leaves port. Of course, the old jail. And then you know about Platform 2, or at least you know the rumors about Platform 2, which is a haunted platform that sailors are fairly certain will drop to the bottom at any point.
Haunted. Who believes in ghosts?
You do know one of your notables that you would know is Captain Scorch. She took part in the revolution, and that's how y'all got to know her, but she now works for the ministry. And it's talked about often at the riverbanks. You hear whispers of traitor, whispers of turncoat, whispers of backstabber.
If we can make contact with Captain Scorch, we might be able to have her be kind of our man on the inside.
Do you want to go and try to trust someone who's openly defective to the ministry?
Don't know what their motivation was. The ministry may have blackmailed them, may have threatened
And turning us over after burning down one of their tax houses might get her the fuck out from under their thumb.
It's a fair point.
The only people I trust are the 4 people in this room.
I'm not saying that we have to trust Captain Scorch implicitly, but I feel like there's an opportunity there to perhaps find out why Captain Scorch went to work for the ministry, and see if there's a possibility that to utilize Captain Scorch as a resource. We might be able to turn them into a double agent.
What is everybody else doing while this conversation is happening?
Slug would be probably one story up above them, kind of looking out the windows, listening to their conversation, just listening to what they're saying. But more or less just kind of looking out at the riverbank every so often. He's got himself wrapped up in his coat. We had to pick a place that was nice and cold, didn't we? Nice and cold and some fine. Go and talk to the lady that almost lit us on fire. Yeah. He's just mumbling to himself up there.
And what about Cheat?
She is just listening to the conversation, kind of collecting her own thoughts on it. On one hand, she kind of agrees with both sides, but she also kind of sees it as an opportunity. If they can get in the same presence, and if it, if they are able to prove whether or not they defected and turned traitor, it's kind of a bird, like hitting two birds with one stone. Like, you can kill the traitor if you have the opportunity to. But she's kind of keeping her thoughts to herself for the moment, just because she wants to kind of feel out what everybody else in her team has to say about it.
The other option is we just do it the old fucking fashioned way, and we get 2 or 3 people into one of the 2 buildings that they'll have their plans from that isn't the most fucking guarded building in the city, and just go
Blow it up?
in. We can do that on the way out, but we need the information. And I'd rather not blow it up, because if we blow it up now, we're gonna have the ministry even more on edge than they already are, with everything going on after losing control of the scrapyard. And we know how edgy they are with the unions right now. I'd rather not give them an excuse to release a horde of automates on the
I did just have a thought.
unionizers.
If they're a traitor, couldn't we make it look like trade them and have them become the new target for the ministry?
You mean Scorch?
We can go in, get our information, and then make it look like it was her.
We certainly could do that. Yeah.
That way it takes the fire off of us for a little bit. And then they might even turn inwards and start looking at seeing if there are other issues within the ministry. Let them fight amongst themselves for a bit.
Give him another problem to work on.
Yeah.
He kind of chimes in. It's all about
No,
suppressing fire.
I could even leave behind evidence to make it look like Scorch is a double agent.
Well, she
It'll
likes
be
fire.
tricky.
Oh, okay. So, yes, I agree with that. But we also need to be careful, because if we're blowing the fucker up, we need to be careful with what kind of evidence we're leaving behind, because that's also a really easy way to make it look like a plank to people who know what they're doing.
So Captain Scorch took part in the revolution. Now works for you as a ship captain associated with the university. So, what ship does Captain Scorch?
Captain.
Well, actually, as I'm formulating this, what ship did Captain Scorch captain during the revolution?
So during the revolution, Captain Scorch hid away as a simple merchant ship. She kept it real down low. She kept it not very flashy, not wanting too much of an attention. But what she did was she helped smuggle weapons into the hands of people, into the hands of other revolutionaries.
Okay. Does Captain Scorch's merchant ship still exist?
It is now in the hands of the Citadel and the Ministry. She turned it all in whenever she switched sides. A rumor you would know is people say that every week a horse carriage guarded by automates comes from uptown and delivers boxes to an unregistered ship. As it arrives in the districts, the streets fall silent as most know better than to ask questions. It's very easy to tell because people will kind of get out of the way. The usually busy docks they kind of scatter and part and go face their own way, do their own thing. Oh, look at this thing over here, um, and stay real silent as the automates come through. And it's like clockwork, every hour, every day.
This horse-drawn carriage with automates,
Guarded by automates.
guarded. Well, what I was thinking was, as I was starting to formulate a possible plan, is that if she turned over her merchant ship to the ministry and it's still docked somewhere, what if we get on board, use our equipment to listen in on the ministry's plans, and just that simple act basically results in casting a light on Captain Scourge to say, hey, maybe she's the one responsible. I don't know, that's just me sketching out in very broad strokes right now.
And this has nothing to do with wanting to test out one of your new inventions, right?
That's everything. It has everything to do with it.
I figured so.
It's not a bad plan.
You've never been on the one end of one of them that gone wrong.
We all have, first things first. Do we know where Scorch's ship is?
So yes, Captain Scorch's new ship is very noticeable. It is very Citadel. It is very Ministry, and it's usually heavily guarded. The old ship is in the same docking area that is a many of the sailors, unless they are directly involved with the Ministry or the Citadel, stay far away from it. It is a special dock that is meant for them, only them, and is usually routinely guarded by both just guards and automates.
Hmm.
Is there a part of it that is connected to something else? Like, in the city-wise, where is that portion of the area?
So in the city, it is on the far edges of the riverbank. Don't know why we zoomed in all of a sudden. It is on the far edges of the riverbank, as close to the city as you could be. It is connected to a large storehouse. And the way the storehouse is, so you've got the docks, and the storehouse kind of has a hangover into the docks, so nobody can see what comes in and off those ships.
Okay.
How patrolled is the waterway around the dock?
The waterway around the dock is patrolled by one automate and a routine, not a routine, and by normal human guards, that switch out morning and evening.
the river would be an easier way onto the boat.
Yeah.
Just a simple boat ride.
Simple is an abject term, but yes.
Simple boat ride.
All manner of sins.
But we travel down the river, get a little closer, sneak aboard, keep a lookout.
Oh, Tez?
Oh, he dropped. He'll be back. Give him a second.
There he is.
There we go.
And we lose somebody.
I'm just happy it wasn't me this time. So we go, we get the boat.
Give him a
We
second.
get-
Make
we-
sure we know he's back.
Yeah, I'm back.
Okay.
So we go, we get the boat. We get onto the boat. Where would we need to okay. Actually, with the range of how wide is the river across from the port to from that dock to the other bank?
How wide is the river? 30 feet? 25 feet.
That's it.
Yeah, I'm
That's
trying to
it?
think bigger. Because it's a port. So yeah, it'd probably be about 60 feet.
That's it.
Oh, shit. Don't question me. I have no idea. Hang on.
He's a big boat size.
It's a big boat size.
little boats go around big boats.
Okay, so I don't know why I was thinking feet.
Did you mean yards?
Yes. You're looking at probably about 3/4 of a mile to a mile.
What did you say your predicted range was on your receiver?
Check.
What was the predicted range on the receiver?
Craig, you there?
Greg,
I am here.
what was the predicted
I
range?
don't know I'm not sure what's happening. First I dropped off network wise, and then Discord crashed.
That's okay.
Oh, okay. No, I was just asking what was the predicted range on your receiver?
Oh, right now I only know that it's available at close range.
Okay. Which would mean
But
we
what
would
I was thinking that rather than sneaking on board the ship, that we try and figure out. I mean, we try and figure out whether or not it was ever intended for the ship to ever sail again. Because if it was intended for it to sail again, to be operational, then it has to undergo regular maintenance. And we might be able to get aboard the ship as disguised as a maintenance crew.
A bad idea.
So that's not a bad idea. But where would we? Who would we?
My only concern is that if we take a boat and we get there and we sneak on board, somebody sees us and we immediately get pegged as agitators.
So I don't disagree with you on that. My question comes in with for Scorch and for Scorch's ship.
Mm-hmm.
The only people who would have that kind of information pulls us back to where we were previously with getting into a ministry building.
Here's the thing, though, is that the ship may be the access point that we need, because the ship will have a means of communicating with the ministry headquarters.
You're correct. But in order to find if that ship will ever run again, we need to get into Ministry headquarters.
Oh, I mean, you're the sharply dressed man. You're the one that sees it. That's probably
Which in that case, why don't I just grab the information we're looking for if I can get my hands on it?
that's also a very good point.
I'm all for testing your inventions. I'm all for it. There's great usage for it. Hell, I'd love to have it with me if you could teach me how to do it and it won't blow up in my hands like the last thing you put in my hands did.
I couldn't help it that fuse was faulty.
Can you promise me that can you promise me that these fuses aren't faulty?
Within a reasonable spectrum of promise, sure.
Let me answer that
Okay,
question. No, he cannot. He cannot.
Okay.
I'm just thinking about all the different things that we could accomplish. We could cast doubt on Captain Scorch. We could get this information. We could give the Ministry a black eye. I mean, and I get to test my equipment. I mean, it's like 4 mission objectives rolled into one.
There it is.
Three, and a personal preference.
I would overrule and count that as a mission objective. Thank you.
You are not a member of this party.
God, is that you?
God, I don't wish to die today.
Fight me yourself, you bitch. Stop using the animators and just fight me. But no, I mean, in that case, I still have ways of navigating through the ministry. I still have ways of being able to get access to that. Let me see what information I can find. My main goal will be getting information on the ship. But if I can get my hands on any sort of information or news on the actions going forward for the Union, that would be great. I am going to need one thing, however.
And that is?
A little bit of chaos and a distraction.
Well, that sounds like it's right up Cheat's alley.
I'm sure I can provide.
Good. All right.
So which route are y'all gonna go?
I think step 1 is going to be Phantom sneaking into, not sneaking, but infiltrating into a local ministry building and seeing what information he can find in regards to the plans for what is the name of the current and the old ship for Scorch.
Are you asking me that?
Yes.
Okay.
None of us know.
No, I didn't know if that was like you're trying to figure that out, if you're asking me.
I was asking you if we knew.
So yes, you would know. It's very clear. The Citadel doesn't hide it.
Right.
What are the boat names? Boat 1 and Boat 2. No, I'm joking.
Voting McBoatface.
Her merchant ship never had a name on the side of it, but you always were able to recognize it. And people in the riverbanks always called it the Dead Man's Hand. The new ship that she has, that she uses for the Citadel, is a slightly larger ship, and it is called the Ministry decided to be really cheeky and call it the Divide.
Ooh.
Of course they did. All right. So I'm going to need once I am in, give me about an hour and a half, then cause the distractions for me to get out easy.
Are you going
In is easy.
into? Are you going into the
Not the main headquarters, not the main ministry, but I'm going to wherever like a local, more dock-based ministry building would be.
That would be the storage building with the port.
Perfect. I can get in there. So yeah, once that's done, I'll need. Yeah, give me an hour and a half, and then I can pop out with a distraction.
Cheat, do you have anything?
Mimi?
I'm thinking.
Okay. Or Slug?
What kind of distraction are you wanting? A big one?
I mean, the bigger the better.
I do have a couple of bombs sitting around here somewhere.
You love your explosives so fucking much.
Easy, just place them in, set a timer, and then get out, and you don't even have to be there when it goes off. Usually, if it works correctly.
Hey, my timers always work. Mostly.
My timers always work. Yes.
Yeah, they work 100% of the time, 60% of the time.
You have 2 minutes to get out. All right, that's 1 minute and 30 seconds. Let's hurry.
Whenever y'all
Well
are
then.
ready, we'll start this venture.
All right, let's hit it. Give me 2 days to prepare. During
Alright.
those 2 days, Phantom is going to be watching who's going in and out, learning who they are, finding people, trailing them to bars and hangouts and that kind of stuff, integrating himself, speaking to people, dropping the right names and that kind of stuff.
Okay. I'll give details.
Just kind of ingratiating himself to these, like he is one of these people, and
Okay.
kind of showing and proving that.
Okay. Anybody else doing anything very specific in those 2 days before I give a general broad update?
My main thing that I watch out for was the I believe it was not the Syndicate, but the other guys.
Ministry?
The Ministry?
Or which is might be the Syndicate.
The Crime Syndicate.
Yeah, Syndicate. That's the ones that I typically watch out, yeah. So honestly, I would see if anything is moving during that time while we're doing this. Maybe
So what I might be able to do is I might be able to rig a bug for all intents and purposes. That's something small that Phantom can carry in with him. That way he's not lugging around the main receiver unit.
You're going to make a transmitter for your receiver?
Yeah.
Perfect. That's even better.
Yeah.
Because if you can make one, you can make multiple.
Correct.
Are we all going to have some sort of communication device?
I mean, I'm sure we have radios for within our crew.
Within range, yes.
Not that they'll be effective within the walls of the Ministry where they have broadband.
Jamming.
Yeah. RF, because they have broadband RF blockers. The only things they're able to leave the Ministry are things that are specifically for through ministry bands and channels. Once I'm in, I am uncontactable, and I can't contact you guys until I'm out.
Correct.
Except for through the bug I'll be carrying. But once the bug is dropped, there'll be no contact.
Correct.
And that's only a one-way, unfortunately.
Cheat, are you doing anything specific in these 2 days?
Gonna go ahead and start laying out my own path so that I can kind of get in undetected. I'm just thinking the laundry service. Because there's a lot of things that we can either hide, we can sneak in by using one of the laundry baskets, one of the push cart.
Mhm.
So I'll probably be mapping the emergency ins and outs before we get there.
Okay. So in those 2 days that y'all are prepping for this, one of the things about the old jail is it is become a haven, not only for you guys, and y'all have claimed a corner, or not a corner, but a space. But a lot of times it is also a safe haven for those who no longer have homes on the riverbank. Um, a lot of beggars of the city use it to stay warm. They use it for their own communal area. And through all of this, over the 2 days, a new rumor has formed. And that rumor is that the ministry is looking to tear down the old prison. That it is an unsightly eyesore, and that they are looking to expand and create newer buildings in the riverbanks.
It's damn gentrification.
You have also seen with your own eyes the cart that comes in, especially Slug up top. Would have seen the horse cart come in that is guarded by the automates, and you've seen the ship that they load onto. It is. It is the ship. It is the dock located on the left side of platform 2 that many say are haunted. Is an unmarked ship. It is black in color. There are no identifying markers on it. And it looks like it is made. And it looks like it is made of metal. It's one of the metal ships.
Sounds like an ironclad.
hmm
Does that look like one of the ministry new designs?
No.
Okay.
In fact, there's no really distinction in the shape it's in. Like in the physical shape of the boat.
Believe in ghosts, but that thing gives me the creeps.
It is a creepy ship.
Out of
Wow.
character question, how long time-wise were we planning on going today?
We are going until about 12:30, 12:45. Just so everybody can do outros, we can do all of the good goodbye stuff, and be out of here by close to 1 o'clock.
Okay.
Sound okay?
Sounds good.
Perfect. Phantom, in mingling with the crowds and being on the riverbanks, you've probably gone to last call once or twice in this. And there is, and in entering last call, there is a man who is always at the exact same table every time. And you don't quite know his name. But you do know that oftentimes he brings things for sale at that table. And he's very loud. He's very charming, and he often soothes the crowds at the last call with stories and tales of sea.
Okay.
So your 2 days has passed, and now it is time to basically undertake this mission.
Dun, 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 dun.
So are we going to kill the people that we're going to be taking the uniforms from?
Hold on. Pump the brakes. Why are we taking uniforms? What are you talking about?
A step was missed. That's okay.
Cheat?
Nothing.
No, no. I just did I miss a step?
I thought we needed to cause chaos first, so that way you could get in and do what you needed to do.
I need chaos for the exfiltration, not the infiltration.
Okay. Copy.
Yes, I do believe a step was missed. The plan was for Laundry and sneaking in and out, and everybody. And then a newer form plan developed of Phantom getting in and out because he's the suit. It's what mingle with the people, become the people, things like that. And that he was going to need a distraction. You had mentioned bombs at one point. Cheat. In your explosives.
Cheat, are you telling me we didn't need to dress in maid outfits?
I mean, you probably could if there's enough of them to go around. I mean, are there any in everybody's sizes?
You had me go get them during these 2 days. Everyone has an outfit. Was there no point in this? What did you make me go
Hey.
do?
Hey, having the outfits is always a good thing. It's never a bad thing to have to be prepared.
Oh, well then here, enjoy
Exactly.
your outfit.
I'm sure we could find some sort of hat to make it less matey for you if you'd like.
It's too late.
Stick
It
on some
pulls off my
combat
legs.
I think you all look rather dashing.
Well then, are we going to do this?
Who is all going in? I just need to make sure I am straight. Who is all
As
Here,
who's all
as far as I knew, Phantom was the only one actually going in. Or who is going to be going in during everything else, depending upon. Because I thought with the bombs and the fuses, it was going to be triggered to, they were going to be set and triggered to go off an hour after I was scheduled to go in. I could be wrong if that's not the plan. Because we never actually fully finalized what the entire plan was.
Isn't that the best part though?
Yeah, sure.
chaos. That's all it is chaos. Something will work. Somebody might die. Nobody might die. We'll just have to see.
But you want somebody to die.
No, of course not. I don't actually want anybody to die. But depending on how chaotic this is, somebody might die.
I look over at the other two. If you believe that, raise your hand.
I'm pretty sure somebody's going to die.
I mean,
Oh.
somebody from the ministry might die.
At least it's on a boat. We wouldn't have to worry about doing a nice like Viking style funeral. It'll already be done.
And here
Oh,
we go with
Hold
fire.
on. There he is. You back?
Check his float. Oh.
Craig, you back?
Maybe. Maybe not.
Oh, Craigie boy.
I love the internet. It's wonderful.
You mean how it always works perfectly?
Every time.
Never has any problems whatsoever.
Never. Craig, are you back?
Did you get muted?
Okay, hang on. Hang on. Where?
Who?
Oh, they're over there.
Discord on my laptop is not cooperating.
Yep. So that's okay. I can put us on a be right back screen real quick because I didn't realize my husband moved our dice.
Oh.
Got it.
So with that,
Be
I'm
right-
going to go ahead and put us on a be right back screen so I can grab my dice because I'm sure we're going to be doing a couple of checks and then make sure everything is all situated.
We'll be right back, everybody.
Okay.
And we're back. We're fixed. We're good. Okay.
We live.
Debatable.
It's about to be debatable. Oh. I didn't see the BRB from Mimi. That's okay. We wait. We interact with chat. How is chat doing?
Hi, chat.
Hello, chat. I am so sorry that we are the best thing you had to do during this time period.
Oh man.
I'm not.
Zerker came in and played R2D2 screaming in my ear earlier.
Oof.
Fatality has just screamed hello.
I've done it.
Super professional gaming. That's what we're about here. It's the services we offer.
Super professional.
Yeah, we're professionals. Yeah.
I was once. Not anymore. I've given up that life. I chose not to be professional anymore.
Alrighty. She just messaged that she was back. So, Phantom is going to go in. This is from what I am understanding, just a recap of what we're doing. Phantom is going to attempt to get into the storage building. That is the Citadel's or Ministry's main building in the area. It has everything they need on the inside. Nobody can see it. And Phantom's going to get in, infiltrate, see if you can get information on what?
So the main thing that there's two main things I'm looking for. The one is the plan information on the future usage of the dead hand, as well as the scheduled records for the divide, and if there's any information I can find in there in regards to the ministry's plans for the unions,
Okay.
that as well.
Okay.
But that is very much currently a secondary goal.
Perfect. So that's the plan going in. An hour after you go in, bombs or some kind of distraction goes off. You plant a bug to be a receiver for the transmitter that Stack Overflow has made.
Transmitter for the receiver.
Transmitter for the receiver that Stack Overflow has made. And I'm assuming you have put Slug and Cheat in charge of the distraction.
Right, and I would hope currently Stack Overflow is keeping an eye on the receiver.
Yes.
While I'm listening to the transmitter, just in case everything goes sideways.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right.
And the only way to keep it one way, or the only way to keep it that the size of the transmitter manageable and not too obvious, is to make it one way. Because if we were to make it two way, it would defeat the purpose of trying to hide it somewhere.
Yes.
All right. Everybody in agreement?
Yep.
Do it.
All right. Phantom, you're up. You are walking up to the docks to, I'm assuming, the main entrance. Correct me if
Yes.
I'm wrong. Okay. You are stopped by a guard, and one of the automates is right there.
Yep.
Halt. Do you have any form of paperwork that you're supposed to be here?
I'm going to use command for this, and I'm going to square up my shoulders, and going in, how I'm going in is full on, upper management, yada yada yada. What is your name and rank? And I'm going just full on, like, command to, like, this guy's most feared training sergeant, putting him back into that primal mind state.
Okay. Roll a d6 for me. We're going to do, I'm using it as a daring action. So we're going to roll,
Okay.
I'm rolling just a 1.
So I also took as my additional skill command. So I'm rolling 2.
Perfect.
And that's an 8. with a 6. So that gets me a hope. Yes, 6s get you a hope, or do the wins get you a hope?
Hang on, whoa, slow down. I'm
Sorry.
reading. So it's your highest roll versus my highest roll. You had a 6
Right.
for
Okay.
yours.
So yeah, 6.
Okay, mine was a 5, so you win.
Okay.
You do gain a hope if you didn't spend any.
Fantastic, which I did not.
Did we start with any hope?
No.
Okay.
You do not start with any hope.
Gotcha. That makes sense.
Are you saying we're hopeless?
Yes.
Pretty much.
Well, I have a hope.
Oh, okay.
Just one.
One hope.
I have one hope to give. Anyway.
All right.
Name.
Who? I'm gonna pretend. And was one of the people who I've interacted with the head of security in my time here.
No. None
Okay.
of the guards are allowed to interact, participate, wander the streets of the riverbank.
Cool. Who would have been a really good name to drop on this?
A good name to drop would be, of course, Captain Scorch herself.
Right.
And the Citadel's assigned first mate for her, which is
Smolder.
sure, Smolder. That's perfect.
But no, as he's sputtering, I'm just looking at him, and it's. So you're wanting me to go and tell Smolder that you kept me from doing what I'm required to do.
No, sir. No, sir. I would never. I'm just doing my job. I'm just making sure I don't recognize your
I
face.
appreciate that. Do me a favor. Don't think. Just let me in.
Yes, sir. If you work for Smolder, then and Captain Scorch, then this is your area. So, and he steps aside. The automate just is kind of scanning and doing what automates do.
Right.
Not interacting with you in any way or looking at you like a threat in any way.
Right.
And you're allowed in.
Hooray.
So upon coming in, as you get into the warehouse, you see Scorch's ship.
Yep.
The new one, the Divide. You see Dead Man's Hand close to it on the other on the side closest to you. And of course the Divide towers over Dead Man's Hand. And there are stacks upon stacks upon stacks upon stacks of crates. You don't know what's in them. They are all sealed up. They are all closed. There are a few workers, though there are not many. Maybe maybe
Right.
7 total that are in the warehouse. Using of course equipment to move these crates to one side or the other depending on where they go, an organization that only they seem to know.
Right. And are they human workers or are they automates?
They are human workers using equipment.
Okay. Looking around, is the office in like a raised room or something? I'm trying to figure out where. Just looking around, not like, what's this, but just at a glance.
Sure. So yes, the office is in a raised room in the stairs on the far side of the building, the corner that is directly catty corner is the only thing I could think from you.
Okay.
The stairs up are on the far wall, or not the far wall. The office itself is on the far wall. The stairs leading up start at that corner.
Perfect. That's where I'm headed.
So, I'm gonna put a pause on there. what is the rest of the crew prepping for a distraction?
Yep.
All right. Tell me about it.
So, cheat.
Cheat is
What were
oh
we
no,
going to do this time?
um. So do we want to go in all at once, or do we want to go in one by one? It might be easier to go in one by one rather than as a group.
What are we going in?
She takes out a handful of candy and starts popping them individually into her mouth. She does this before every single job. So this is just a habit of hers. It's kind of like a free luck
Do
thing.
y'all have a plan for a distraction for when Phantom is supposed to come out of the warehouse?
Mm-hmm. We're supposed to make a distraction of some sort, so let's go and look and see what we can mess up.
How do we want to get the bombs in?
You want to get the bombs in?
Yeah, I mean, how do we want to hide them?
Well, first we need a target. We need something that stands out that's going to get everyone's attention. So first let's see what we see. I guess we'll try to head to somewhere higher so we can see the area.
Sure. So overlooking the area, from the highest point in the prison, which is something easily accessible to you guys, you see, of course, the docks, the different warehouses. You see shops and markets all along, in a street. The buildings are a little bit run down. The moisture in the air tends to very quickly deteriorate most of the roofs in the area. So many of them are patched. There is the ironclad ship that was previously spoken of and rumored in port. Of course, you can see the last call.
All
So-
right. So looking down towards the area where they went in is a little bit of a market or something.
So the area that Phantom went in is a large warehouse. It is probably the largest in the port, and is the only one that is heavily guarded. It is the Citadel's warehouse, and nobody is allowed in or out.
So I say we avoid that spot. I'm not trying to get shot today. What about you, Cheat?
How about we not get shot today?
Then we need something nearby. Am I able to use notice? One of my skills to notice anything.
Yeah, as far as I know, yes.
No. Notice any type of thing that's just kind of something that would like be happening in the area that's not too well guarded, but is kind of going on in the area.
So things that are going on in the area, of course, it is a port day, which means the sailors are coming in, which means a lot of people are busy on the docks unloading and loading the ships up. There isn't a whole lot of action going on at the last call because of the time of day. So not
Yeah.
a whole lot of action going on at the bar. Of course, you have your children who are down at platform 2, which is your haunted platform, daring each other to go on it. Next to that, of course, is the large black ironclad ship with no markings.
Mm-hmm.
But no large festivals, no large market days. It is a port day, so there's a lot of your action is down at the ports.
Yeah, a lot of port stuff going on. So, Cheat, would you like to set up something in one of the port areas? Maybe a syndicate is moving something. I don't have no problem blowing their stuff up. Cheat?
Mimi?
Yeah, no, I'm so sorry. My mom's biopsy just got back. Um,
Everything okay?
yeah, yeah.
Do we need to take a moment?
It should be okay. So we are currently looking, just to kind of backtrack just a little bit. We're currently looking for anything that we can use to kind of get in the docks. But the ports are busy. People are loading and unloading the ship.
Yeah, the ports are busy right now. We're looking for something that we can blow up because that's Cheat's go-to plan is to blow something up. And
But
we're
there's a
gonna look.
lot.
We're gonna look for something that was in the area, and I suggested maybe the syndicate is probably moving something, and I have no Slug has no problem blowing stuff up. That is part of
Yeah.
the syndicate.
How about some of those containers that they're loading onto the ship? Are we able to maybe sort of cause a distraction to get someone who is working with some of the containers and put something maybe inside of it?
Well, you are the sneaky one. I can keep a lookout for you.
Yeah, I can do it.
Then I'll move over to the rooftops of the other buildings.
Wondering, could I use my in and out skill for this?
Sure.
Because it seems appropriate.
Let me go look at what that is real quick.
Yeah, it's when entering a restricted area solo, get +1 impact on a check.
Yes, absolutely.
I would do it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Awesome. And then do I need to roll for this?
No. So if you are going to go down to one of the syndicate ships and in the containers, we will go through that you and I together. So that way we can get the distraction set up. I will then relay maybe anything that Stack Overflow might be hearing on the receiver through the little bug. And then we go for there.
All right.
So, going down to the docks, of course, it is hustle and bustle. It is as busy as could be. People unloading, loading, lots of shouting being heard. But of course, the syndicate ships are always one of the most noticeable right next to the Citadel. They do not care. They do not try to hide. And especially since being able to take over the scrapyard, that has just gained them all the more boldness. So, these are not really guarded. They're guarded by thugs. They're not guarded by any other kind of animatronic or anything like that. So, are you going to go towards the ships? Or are you going to go towards a shipping container?
Let's go towards a shipping container.
So, headed towards one of the shipping containers that is open. This is one that is being actively unloaded and loaded onto the ship. Or no, I'm sorry, other way around. This is one that is actively being loaded from products onto the ship with wooden crates. There are a group of thugs that are kind of at the entrance watching the people who come in and out to make sure that they're doing their jobs. Lots of shouting, lots of belittling of the other workers to try and get them to move faster.
Need a distraction. I wonder if I could cause a distraction by using one of the other workers.
You're more than welcome to try.
Do it.
What are you gonna do?
Sort of thinking almost like luring a drunk into an area with guards, but this guy's not going to be drunk. More than likely.
He's cheap labor for the syndicate. He might be.
So
That is a gamble. Maybe knock over something in one of the workers' areas that causes like a loud noise or something that causes the guards to go check over and see what happened. I feel bad for the guy, but I need to get into this container.
So that works too, but I do want to let you know. Down at the docks, while you don't know them personally, there is somebody who is down there all the time. Let me pull them up. Boop. They were once heir to the House of the Trout Fortune, and they're now a beggar at the docks after losing everything. While you don't know them personally, you do know of them because you have seen them, you have heard them. So I do want to throw that option at you also.
Okay. Actually, yeah, that's probably.
So just let me know what you want to do.
Ask politely if they're willing to be a distraction.
And what's in it for me?
What do you want?
Oh, that all depends.
What was that?
I said that all depends.
Is there anything you're needing?
So they're not very drunk, but they are a little bit stumbly. You know, I could use a good shower.
I can get you a good shower.
Now, I used to be the heir to a fortune, and I need a shower.
I know a guy who could probably help get you cleaned up pretty well.
How do I know that I can trust you?
What other option you got? I'm ballsy enough to come and talk to you. And ask you to pull a distraction for me.
All right. You just want me to go over there and knock some shit around?
Yeah, and then if you want to run out of there really quick so you don't get caught, that's fine too.
All right. All right. Well, with the promise of a shower, Mallory is their name. Mallory Trout goes over, kind of saunters their way up to this group where the first mate and the charter are at, getting ready for their next trip and their next venture, wherever that may be, for whatever. And leans on the table to look at them and talk to them, and proceeds to fall onto the table, knocking everything: bottles of alcohol, ink, coins, things like all over the floor. And a bunch of shouting and chaos ensues. And Mallory, as soon as the shouting starts, Mallory books it. It just takes a run for it. And the guards, the thugs that were at the entrance of the shipping container, 2 of them have left, leaving 1 of them there.
All right, I do have a hidden blade.
All right, what do you want to do?
She could also probably sneak past one thug.
Yeah, but that's not fun.
That's right. That's true.
I like to imagine I'm just watching this with my rifle. Did she? She's got her blade out.
So, actually, I'll go ahead and skip the killing for now. And I'll just go ahead and sneak past this one person.
All right. Well, since he is a little bit distracted, this is just going to be a daring action, which means I am just using 1d6. And then the way it works for you is to make a check, you start with 1d6. And because you're using your skill, you get an extra d6.
Okay.
So you're going to roll 2d6 for me and tell me your highest roll.
Okay. I only have 1d6 on me. Wait,
Roll
wait,
it twice.
Just roll it twice. That's fine.
Here we go. 6.
Fantastic. You are successful in sneaking past and you gain a hope.
Oh, yay.
So, you sneak past the distracted guard successfully. Quick, quiet, you're in the shipping container. What do you do?
All right, I unload one of the bombs from my satchel.
Mm-hmm.
And then I start attaching it to the far back corner of the container, where it's in an unnoticeable spot in shadow shade.
Okay.
I make sure it's secured, and then I get the hell on out of there.
All right. That doesn't take very long. Of course, the guards are distracted, or the thugs were distracted. It is just the one, and he's just waiting to see if he needs to run over there. And with the distraction and the commotion, all loading and unloading of the crates has stopped. And so, quick, quiet, in and out, you are gone. So, I'm watching the time. So, the things you would hear on the transmitter, receiver, I get them backwards.
I'm hearing them on the receiver.
On the receiver, thank you. So, the things you're hearing on the receiver is, of course, a lot of the machinery and a lot of the movement going on. You hear a couple of shouts and yells from a few of the human guards.
Oh, this is over our comms.
This is over the bug that Phantom is carrying.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
You hear a lot of shouting from the guards, and of course, Phantom is all hearing this as well. You hear a lot of "Be careful with that. That's fragile. Don't drop that. You'll blow us up."
It's always good.
It's always fantastic. However, this is also a good stopping point. It is 12:30. So this is also a good stopping point. I'm going to make note of where we are. Distraction has been made. The bomb is placed inside the Syndicate shipping container, full of whatever they happen to be having. Y'all aren't sure. Nobody
Drugs.
checked.
Drugs.
You don't know that?
Explosive
Don't
drugs.
judge people. Phantom is
They're the Syndicate. It's drugs.
Phantom is inside the Citadel warehouse. Y'all have heard things like, of course, the "Be careful, don't drop that, you'll blow us all up." A couple of the boxes are glowing, but only really Phantom know that.
Dear. When this is all said and done, Phantom will have to roll on the random mutations table.
Right. He might actually be a phantom by the end of this.
Everybody gets a third arm.
I'm making note of where we are at. And absolutely. I think that is a good stopping point. And of course, we will plan whenever we can play next time. And then I will announce that on Twitter all over the place. And I will definitely let RP know that. Since Grim was the last one to introduce, why don't you be the first one to send us off? Where can they find you?
You can find me on main places on Twitter at TBS_Grim. You'll see posting there starting very soon of Trauma Bond Studios' newest big project under Lost Guide Games that we're really happy about.
All right. Craig, where can they find you and what are you working on?
They can find me Tezrak on Twitter. I have released my Creative Commons TTRPG system Persona / meta setting Shadowlight. I have them both up on my itch page, craighatler.itch.io. I am hosting a Persona / Shadowlight jam this month, as it is my birthday month. Tomorrow is my birthday, and I am looking forward to seeing what people have to bring to the jam by the end of the month.
I am so excited to build on that system.
I am too.
I am very excited to build on that system.
Yay.
All right. Mimi, where can they find you and are you working on anything special?
Yeah, so I'm pretty simple for the most part. I'm Mimi Rue Riley on Facebook and Twitter. You can also find me on Twitch at Minty Rue. I have a couple of projects that are currently in the works. Right now, we're sort of in the middle of trying to find a house, so some things have been kind of put on the back burner, but the planning phase has not stopped. Currently working on a tattoo card game, and I'm also going to be setting up my Twitch again. I'll be streaming RPG games and stuff with wine and snack boxes. So we'll be doing like wine tasting and snack boxes for each stream. So it'll be something different each time.
That sounds like so much fun.
What was your Twitter handle again?
It should be Mimi Rue Riley. And that'll be MIMIRURILEY. And occasionally the streams will also be in cosplay. So it'll be fun. It'll be fun changed up each time.
Hell yeah. I'm excited for you to get back into streaming.
Yes. Once we get that house, everything will be hopefully stabilized and we can just get a good routine going, and it'll be so good.
Fucking crossed. Fingers fucking crossed.
All right. Fluffy, what about you?
I'm Fluffy. Send help. I'm tortured and bullied by most of the people that are here.
Excuse you.
By me. By one person here.
It just branches off from that point.
Okay, that's.
But y'all can find me at the Red Eyed God on Twitter, and in whatever they put me in here, my bosses do.
The Red Eyed God 1, isn't it?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, don't forget the 1.
The 1. It's one Red Eyed God 1, something like that.
It's the Red Eyed God. I have it in chat. It's the Red Eyed God 1.
I don't look at it. I just am there and draw pictures.
Do you mind if I post that picture on Twitter?
Absolutely, that's fine.
Yes. Yeah. All right. Yes, and you help us with art.
I help with arts. I help with playtesting. I love doing these little things. I love being in them. I enjoy it. It's fun. I like getting to make characters.
All right. And then, of course, This is my Twitch, Corrosive Squid, Squidzy on Twitter. I also run the Lost Guide Games Twitter. I am very excited for the big project we're working on, the Belonging Outside of Belonging Enneagrams project called Neon Shadows. I'm really excited to start bullying some Enneagrams on the Lost Guide Games Twitter. I am very excited to
Looking
start
at you,
bullying.
Force. Looking at you, Force.
I promised. Hold on. Whoa. Time out. I promised our resident
I made no
four
promises. I made no promises.
that I would pick on others than just fours.
I made no such promise.
So I'm really excited about that. I am also one of the main designers on that. And then I do this. I love doing tabletop brunch. This game is Hopes and Dreams by Rene Pierre of Fari RPGs. You can find the Ashcan version over on his itch.io page. He is a fantastic individual, definitely worth supporting. Actually, everybody here in this group is definitely also worth supporting. Go check out the Persona Shadowlight SRD. It's like I said, I am so excited to build on that.
Same.
And happy birthday, Tesseract.
And happy
Yes,
birthday!
happy birthday.
Yay! Thank you.
And happy birthday!
birthday.
Go give everybody some love over on Twitter. Give some follows on those Twitch streams. And we will see y'all for part 2 of this grand adventure into Hopes and Dreams sometime in the near future. Again, I will be announcing that whenever I get that. Fatality just did a big ol' excuse in chat because of Grimmothy.
What I do?
I made no promises to protect fours.
She'll be fine.
And we'll see you all next time.
Thank you.
Bye.